start with the fact that this video was inspired by this 1 a.m. brain dump. I know it's a bit all over the place, but let's be honest, that's how my brain works. But I'm actually really grateful that I took the time to just dump all of this out of my brain. This whole brain dump started with me thinking about the fact that there's a lot of lesser known ways that we should be using to best optimize our content and make it work just as hard as we are. So today I'm going to give you the top 3 ways and maybe a little bonus at the end because I just couldn't leave well enough alone that you can make your content work harder. So let's get right into it. Autoresponders. I don't understand why I didn't think of this sooner, but if you have any sort of following, especially if you have a larger following, we get a lot of these DMs that ask a lot of the same basic questions. And these questions have probably been answered within our content. And if they haven't been, there's some content ideas for you. What I want you to do is go into just a brain dump of all the frequently asked questions that you get on a regular basis. Well, I guess they're frequently asked questions, so that's a little redundant, but you get what I mean. And then what I want you to do is go into Instagram, go into their settings and set up an autoresponder with the content that answers that question. I'll make sure that I link to a resource in the show description that can walk you through how to do that because I'm learning this right along with you and I want to make sure we get it right the first time. But what you can do is one, like I said, set up those autoresponders where people DM you one word and it sends them a YouTube video or it sends them a blog post. It sends them to a free resource, whatever that is. They don't have to wait for you to wake up. They don't have to wait for you to put your kids in bed. They don't have to wait till you're off work. They get that instant resource that's beneficial and specific to them. That is not cold. It's not distant marketing. They're going to be very appreciative that you took the time to do that. And then after they receive it, maybe check in the next day and just be like, hey, do you have any other questions based on that resource? One, this is great market research. Because again, content ideas, like I said, this is so smart. I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner. The other thing you can do if you're not comfortable setting up the autoresponders is just having your content on hand and knowing your content like the back of your hand. So when someone asks a question, you can send them and be like, hey, is it okay if I send you a video? Is it okay if I send you this blog post? Is it okay if I send you this podcast episode? Because it answers this specific question and it's going to help you out so much. One, that's going to help them because it's going to give them an overview and they don't got to wait on you. But two, you don't have to sit there and do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. Work smarter, not harder. Your email list. If you have an email list, and if you don't have an email list, it's time to get one. If you have a business, it's time to get one. If you're wanting to make money with your YouTube channel someday, it's time to get one. Even if you don't know what your offering is gonna be, just create an email list. You know when Instagram goes down and the entire world kind of craps itself? Yeah, it's possible that YouTube could do that too. Don't lean on this one place. Get yourself an email list. You can, one, send the video to your list, obviously, build those views, but serve. Send your information out, send your content out with a heart to serve people who need that content. Don't just be like, hey, watch my video, get me those views, support me. No, be like, hey, you're in this audience because you struggle with this, and in this video, it will help with this piece of it. Pull the transcript. If the transcript is short enough, that can be your email that you just sent. Or you take that transcript and you can turn it into 2, 3, 4, 5 shorter emails, and you've got a whole series. Set it up in your email system. I highly recommend Flowdesk. If you don't have one, I'll link to Flowdesk down in the description. But you can set it all up to just send out once a week or 3 times a week or whatever your schedule is. And that way it's already done. You've already got that taken off of your plate. So now for an entire week or an entire month or 2 months or whatever, you don't have to worry about it. And you can just figure out what your next series is going to be based off the content you're already making. These were things that just blew my mind because I don't know why I wasn't doing this sooner. Like, turn your most viewed popular content into a freebie to build said email list. So this came to me when I was checking out Allison J. Prince. She is an e-commerce expert. I love her. She has a resource that you sign up, you get on her email list, so she sends it to you, and it is a list of a lot of her YouTube videos that are categorized. So I don't have to go to her channel and go through a playlist or search a thing. I can just go to this free resource that she set up. I think the platform that she used was Kajabi. I could just go to whatever section I want to do. Like, okay, I am in a mindset rut. Let me go to the mindset section and let me binge 3 of the videos in that section. That blew my mind. But here is a way that you can do it even better, and that I'm going to be doing here in the near future. Go through and take that content, pull those videos, not the links, and make them into a mini course. For example, on my main channel, a really big part of healing from toxic relationships is understanding gaslighting. And so I've done a lot of videos on gaslighting, but they're older and people don't necessarily know that that's what they need. So I can pull all of those videos, put them into a little mini course format so they have it all right there. They don't got to go out of their way to search for it. They sign up for this freebie and they have it all broken down and they have all the information that they need. Bam, done. This is content I've already made. Instead of starting from scratch and trying to figure out how to build my email list, I can take content I've already done that I know is good. I plug it into this little mini course, or I plug it into a PDF. If you're not a YouTuber, you can take some of your blog posts, organize them into a little ebook. Seth Godin did that, I believe. He published a whole book based off of all of his free blog posts. You can do this in a variety of ways, whatever your channel is. If you're a music channel, you can take some of your top listened to beats and you can create a playlist, kind of like a course, but it's just a playlist of this is the best music to sleep to. This is the best music to work to. This is the best music to journal to. Gotta get creative, but use your content. Create a roundup. This is really common within the blogging world, where people will do a roundup of other people's or their own top pieces of content over the last year. You can create a 3 to 5 minute video if you think your audience would appreciate it. Or again, you can put together a blog post, or you can do a little thread on Twitter. Just do a roundup of some of your top videos. Link to those videos. So again, it's one place people can go and they can watch one video wherever they need it. And that's not even going to take as much work as the other ones, because you're just grabbing links and putting them in, talking about your own content. And then if you take your roundup content and then turn that into an email series, y'all, we're repurposing the repurposed content here. I geek out on this so friggin' hard. There you have it. There are 3, well, technically 4 lesser known ways to repurpose your content and make your content go farther and work harder. My question for you is, which one are you going to implement first? I would love to know in the comments. And if you have any other ideas about how you can repurpose your content, let me know. Let's geek out together. And in the meantime, while the wheels are turning, make sure you check out this video that's going to help you go even further, faster. Thanks so much, guys. We'll talk soon.